Welcome back to Conversations with Creatives Season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Yay.
Applause.
And we have a visual component to the show now.
There.
Do you know what we look like? I
see
know.
us?
Big reveal.
Yeah. So
Been
it might
waiting.
be a reveal for some. So this is fun. It's cool.
See, like I feel like your voice fits you though.
You think my voice fits my appearance?
Yes.
I agree.
I don't know about us.
I don't know
really
how to
think
take
about
that.
it, but you're you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Alright.
Like
Yeah.
you saw you and then hear the voice, you'd be like, okay. So he talks like, yes. Okay. So what's
That was pretty good.
I spent a lot of time with Sam. I think I have your impression down pretty good.
Do you have a Marissa impression?
I'm nervous.
I had one for Christine, but I kind of forget it.
hmm
But I don't have one for you yet.
Well,
Christine, for those watching and or listening, Christine is another Scarlet Media team member that we work with.
And she was in episode 2 or 3.
She was in an
The
episode
Targum.
she did make an
of
appearance
last season.
Yeah. But she's in the past, and this is the future.
This
She's
is
not
the
in the
future of
past.
the
Cameras,
show.
lights.
Lights, camera, action.
It's
Here
everything.
on Conversations with Creatives.
We had
Live.
an amazing episode.
We're not live.
Not
live
live.
from New Brunswick.
But live, WRSU,
True.
the
Good.
radio station. Mary, a great guest.
I think it was great to listen to, especially as someone that I've definitely been an avid music listener since I was, 10, 11. So it was really interesting to hear the other side of radio,
Right.
which I think it was a really good, I think it's something that everyone will enjoy because there's something for everybody with radio.
Absolutely.
It's
And
universal.
Music is
It is.
so subjective.
hmm
And it was interesting to hear her talk about how, she's sort of the curator for some of this
Yeah.
stuff and how you kind of balance all the different genres and whatnot. So, yeah, we hope you like it.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to see it. You'll see us. You'll see Mary.
Yeah.
And you'll also see you playing the drums.
Yeah, in the spirit of music.
In the spirit of music.
Yeah. I mean, we might as well.
We have props this season, which is different than last year.
We're out of ideas.
We're out of ideas. My friend was visiting his family in India this past summer, and he brought back this drum as a gift to me. And he said, "Sam, I want you to have this." And
It's
I
true
said,
friendship.
True friendship.
And he said, Sam, it's for the podcast.
It's for the pod. You gotta bring this drum on the pod. So I'm gonna play us out as we cut to the Mary interview, and I hope you'll enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back with Conversations with Creatives. I'm your host, Sam,
I'm Andrew.
and today we're joined by Mary from WRSU 88.7 FM.
So we always kind of like to ask our guests to start off. Would you consider yourself someone who is a creative person? Do you let's kind of it's kind of a broad question, but are you someone who has that value, has that trait?
I would say so. I mean, growing up, I feel like I was always kind of all over the place in, I guess, different creative ways. Like, sometimes it would benefit me. Sometimes it was just totally random, like different hobbies and stuff. But I've always kind of been interested in doing my own little creative things on the side. But I feel like now it's become kind of a main part of my life here at WRSU.
Oh, really? So, how much of a commitment, and what's your position at the station?
So I'm music director, and it's a lot of my life right now, and it has been for the past few months that I've been in this position. It's a lot of reaching out to people, a lot of kind of collaborative ideas with other managers in the station, other directors, but it's a neat spot to be.
So, what does it really mean to be a musical director? I mean, I have a general understanding of what
Yeah.
those two words mean,
Music,
Oh.
and you direct it.
but in
Exactly.
relation to the station or the radio station.
So at WRSU and most other radio stations, we get sent a whole lot of music. And we'll get sent these by all different promoters, and I'll be the one talking to these promoters, kind of getting this music. And normally, like, every week we'll have a meeting with the department. I'll have a spreadsheet of all the music we get sent, and we'll kind of sit down and go through and decide what's going to be added to our, like, station database and what's not going to be added. So a lot of it is kind of communicating with these promoters and also picking what's going to be on air. And I mean, that's with input from the rest of the department.
Yeah.
But that, and also, I mean, kind of reaching out about interviews, going to shows, going to festivals, providing coverage for different events and stuff like that.
So
That's
then, do you like have like a sense of like, okay, so we want to go for people who are like new and like they're up and coming, or do you have like maybe we want to focus on some older, more established people? Like, how do you like vet who you're going to choose for the station, and like how do you decide like what is good enough to play?
What is the voice of
So-
rock?
Yeah, what's the voice?
Honestly, we're like pretty freeform with stuff. We do have a lot of like kind of older community DJs who may have been like students here decades ago.
I
We
love
have
that,
some
yeah.
from like the 2000s, and it's like they all do their own thing. Like we have these specialty shows. We have like a country show,
Oh, wow.
have like a jazz show, like different things like that. But then a lot of the student shows, it's just kind of whatever they feel, and it's a lot of it will be local stuff, a lot of it will be up and coming stuff, but there's a lot of focus on New Brunswick has an amazing music scene.
Yeah.
Really?
And a lot of the music department, I mean, there's a good portion of the members who are in their own bands.
Mhm.
So it's like, it's kind of cool having that overlap and being able to be like, hey, this is Matt's band,
Right.
spinning now on WRSU.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I guess like what's the scope of the whole station as a whole? Is it
like the folks.
are there those different departments?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
how much which one kind of takes precedent over the others? I assume the music.
I think it's hard because there's definitely that split where it's like sports. It's like people going to like traveling. Like some of the guys will just be traveling like throughout the semester. It's like
Really?
every weekend they're like, oh, going to like Montana this weekend, like stuff
Yeah.
like that, where it's like they just get up, go, cover it, and then come back.
Wow.
My
And
dad
it's-
actually was part of the station
Which-
back in the 90s.
Nice.
And he followed the soccer team to Ireland one
Yeah,
year.
like exactly. Like there's stuff like that, which it's super cool, and I'm not really involved with that area clearly, but it really depends. I think also depending on time of the season, what season you're in, it's like some of the sports stuff really like
Mm.
will take charge. But I feel like it's definitely a split between music and sports, and then kind of entertainment and news. Like that's also there, but it's not as prominent.
Like, because like obviously, radio isn't what it was before.
Yeah.
Right.
But you are keeping something alive like
Yeah.
that. Like, you know, because
Legacy.
yeah.
And it's great at the station because it's still like we still go back to those old ways a lot.
Yeah.
And like we have some DJs who come in and have their shows and will play like exclusively like records.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So like that's a cool thing. Like
I love that.
one of my friends who actually originally he graduated now, but he's still a community DJ. But
Mhm.
he's one of my best friend's older brothers. And when I was in high school, I was like, he does this? This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. If I'm going to Rutgers, without a doubt, I have to join
Wow.
WRSU.
Well, because there's almost like there's almost like a weight to your position. Like I don't put pressure on you, but like you know, you are a piece of the community because like really like I mean just Rutgers, but the whole area, and you're like because it's an established station. There's probably people and like they know like so that's like kind of a cool thing that you were carrying on
Yeah.
like legacy there.
It's like sweet to think about stuff like that. Like people who tune in every day or have their shows that they'll tune in for and different things like that. And obviously like students, there's always going to be that cycle where it's like a lot of people, it's like every 4 years you're going
Right.
to have new people. But some of the community DJs have like these fans that have been listening to them for decades at this
Right.
point. And it's pretty incredible. And even like a while ago we got, or occasionally in the mail I'll get these letters from people who are like thanking the station. And I think
Wow.
that is the sweetest and like best, I mean, it's like the highest compliment to
Sure.
get these letters. It's to think of someone sitting down and being like,
Taking
I'm
the
gonna write
time.
to my favorite
Yeah.
station and just say hi and thank them. And I feel like that is an awesome part of the job.
Yeah, it's definitely rewarding, especially in any kind of creative field.
Yeah,
You usually do have an audience
yeah,
that you're playing to,
yeah.
and to get that feedback is great.
Yeah, and I think with radio too, it's like you don't really see that audience.
Yeah.
You're like, people are listening, I hope, but like, it's interesting because like there's all different other ways. Like, I mean, people putting on like live performances, like you can see your crowd, you can kind of gauge that reaction you're getting.
Right.
But on radio, you're not really seeing it. So when you hear stuff like that, it's just super cool.
As you may know, Conversations with Creatives is a production by Scarlet Media. We and everyone working behind the scenes on the show are part of a great group of undergraduate students getting hands-on experience while creating content for the Rutgers community. We're live, people. Want to get involved? Come to our student mixer on September 30th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Meet the current Scarlet Media team and no other Rutgers students who are interested in film, media, and more. All majors are welcome. September 30th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. at the Rutgers ITV studio on Livingston.
Be there or be square.
Be there or be square. Thanks.
Craft Service Podcast is a podcast hosted by Trent and Parth, two Rutgers filmmaking students just like us.
Yep.
And they interview people who work on some of your favorite movies. And new episodes air on Sundays anywhere you get your podcasts. Listen, and they'll be on this season.
They will be making an appearance the season finale
Yeah,
of season 2.
we'll see them. And check out their pod.
So how does the community, the team you work with, how does that organism kind of work together with all these different parts?
So a lot of times, I mean, we'll have like these radio meetings with everyone throughout the summer. It's been we've met some on Zoom, a lot of emailing, a lot of texting, calling, whatnot between managers and directors and administrators. But during the school year itself, like the music department will meet in person to go over stuff and listen to stuff. And it's cool. Like
Yeah.
I love these meetings. I think
Yeah.
everyone enjoys them. We'll sit down, get some pizza, go through what I received in my email that week from promoters, and
That's cool.
it's a good time.
It is fun. Like you are in like a really cool thing to do, and I also like that you were just like, I want to do it, so you did it. Because I feel like that's been a common thread.
With a lot of
Oh,
our
I guess
guests.
is like they wanted to do it, so they did it, and that's always the hardest part. Is people are always so afraid to make a jump
that
or
jump,
to the first
exactly.
step.
Yeah.
And you were like, I want to be there, so you're there, and it's fun and it's cool, and you get to be creative and really like help shape like a whole station, and then like have a whole thousands of people hopefully
Yeah.
will like listen to you and will hear your choices and get to fan matter. So it's like it's a
It's
whole
It's really
circle.
cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's crazy kind of like being in this spot, because I feel like a few years ago I never would have expected it. Like I was like, well, if I go to Rutgers, like I have to join like WRSU.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I want to join WRSU. Always been super passionate about music. I've wanted to do something in music for years now, and it's like I feel like I found this spot, and I was like, it makes sense. Like
Yeah.
it just
a good
feels
fit.
right, and it's cool. And even like in regards to getting feedback too, some of the artists that we will play will reach out and be like, hey, like thank you so much.
Yeah.
Like this actually like means a lot. And I think that's also kind of super rewarding to be like, hey, like your record is awesome. Like don't thank us, like thank you.
That's, wow. That's kind of touching. Because that's like that old thing, I mean, in the 60s with those bands trying to get their demos on the radio.
Yeah.
There's an old movie, That Thing
Thing
You Do,
Yeah, that was
which
thinking
is
of.
it's like a Tom Hanks
Directed
movie,
Yeah.
but it's loosely based on the Beatles and that whole era of music. And there's this great sequence when they get their record on the radio, and they're like running down the street, and they're
Yeah,
turning
and
on
they'll
all the radios in the
like
car,
A store, yeah.
and it's like their big break. And I think that's sort of fundamental to this sort of modern age of music,
Yeah.
where you hear it on. There's nothing like hearing it on the radio. There's I think there's a magic to that.
And then, do you have your own ones, like or like to make music, like are you someone who makes music also, or are you just more like an admirer?
Well, I think I would say I'm more of an admirer. I think I'm someone who has picked up instruments before and been like, you know what? I'm not musically inclined. Maybe I should step away from this and focus on some other area. So it's like I have some other friends who are, or a lot of my friends are really good at making music, and it's like they do this kind of thing too. But I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna focus on this because that's not going very far in that direction.
But
Well, you have an eye for it,
But-
so you can.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But
in
it's
your role, you can.
I admire it,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is fun to do.
And it is also kind of cool, like, because, I mentioned earlier, like, radio isn't as big as it was in the 60s or 70s, and that's slowly become what this is now, because this 4 years ago would be a radio show.
Yeah.
And it's weird that kind of like, people are like, oh, okay, so it's dead, and then it got killed by TV, and then it came back again.
And now everyone listens to podcasts.
People listen to
Yeah.
podcasts.
Everyone
all the
has a
time.
podcast.
It's huge. Everyone, and it's like, but this maybe even 20 years ago would have been a radio show, and it's cool that it can be this. It can be a radio station, and just like this art form can survive, and it can keep coming back, and it's resilient.
It's interesting because I think a lot of things have come back. Like there's been a lot of these kind of resurgences
Mhm.
throughout the past few years. Even look at records and cassettes
Yeah,
and
right.
stuff like that. And it's crazy because people who grew up on that stuff were like, no way this is coming back. Like this is impractical.
Right.
It's
expensive.
It's expensive. It doesn't make sense. But it's like there are still people who appreciate that kind of thing. And I think it's the same thing with radio and with kind of, I guess, other forms of I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's an interesting point, how things do come back around.
We have a huge collection of VHS
Yes.
tapes now.
When you could watch a Blu-ray or stream stuff in 4K, we choose to have
A
these
VHS.
crappy VHSs.
Why not?
Also, we were last. Honestly, we were probably like the last generation that had that stuff. Because then after that, it became. Well, we were born. I was born in 2001, so that's like 6 years later. Was you mentioned the iPhone?
Right.
And the iPod was out already. So we're like the last kind of generation that had the radio, had VHSs.
Or CDs in the car.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
It's a weird thing. Like I feel like we definitely grew up in a weird transition
True.
period.
Yeah.
Because growing up, it was always we had the drawer of VHS tapes, and then a few years later, it was oh, there's this Blu-ray disc.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
This looks kind of futuristic and kind of crazy, and it just seemed like a lot of stuff switched over so quickly, like CDs, and
Mhm.
grew up with that, and then it was oh, why are you buying CDs? You can just get this off LimeWire or
LimeWire,
whatever, stuff like
iTunes.
that. It's kind of crazy that it's we've come so far in the past
So quickly.
20 years that I don't think anyone could have predicted it. I mean, maybe some people could have, but I don't know. I feel if I were around a little earlier, I would not have been oh yeah, we're gonna be totally digital, totally able to stream anything, anywhere, anytime.
I think it's still great. I was already a little behind to it, where I remember in even middle school, I would buy albums on iTunes,
I did that too, yeah.
and I had all this music on my phone, and then I guess I'm trying to think when music streaming became the norm,
Like
like the
2015,
Spotify,
yeah.
the Amazon Music, the Apple
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah, maybe
Because then you just get a subscription,
Yeah.
and you have every song that's ever been, ever will be, at the touch of your finger. I mean,
Well, because even now, there are like all these issues with like people who watch a movie on streaming services, and they're getting either they aren't on there, they're too old, or they're getting taken off there because they can do like a tax write-off.
yeah.
And then you have all your CDs, you have all your vinyls, and they're gonna be around forever. You know, like you can't always go to Amazon Prime and stream this movie, but if you own it and have the vinyl, you can always play it, and
Yeah.
that is kind of the beauty of it, too.
And there's something too about just having that like physical thing.
Yep.
And I'm like,
The
I just
crystal.
love seeing, but I love just like seeing the album art, being able to flip it over, check out
Mhm.
like the track list, whatever, the credits, when it has a lyric book, if
Absolutely.
it's a CD or if it comes with posters or whatever. I think it's like when you're streaming stuff, you don't get all that like,
Not at
fun
all.
little
Not at all.
stuff.
And the idea of an album or a concept album, I think, is disappearing. Like
Oh, yeah.
a complete
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
There's lots of singles now, but to have
Yeah.
like a complete, thoughtful album
Yeah,
from an artist.
Mm.
it plays from track to track, and there's a thread going on.
Yeah.
The story, yeah, because now you have a single,
Which is
coming
great.
out, it's a piece of the album.
Yeah.
Well, because even then, like I hate like to read on my phone. I like to hold the book, which is like also why it's so cool that you get to have the vinyl still, and you get to really press it down and be a disc jockey that you can like,
The
Hey,
physical
right back
media.
there.
It's, yeah.
because you're in the 70s then, and you're in the moment.
Now we're just
You could be anywhere.
Yeah.
we're just
Like-
divulging into this nostalgic riff here.
We've got this, I mean, at WRSU, we have this crazy record library that's goes back to
Oh,
whenever, but it's just this room that's chock full
Oh,
of
wow.
everything.
Wow.
we
And
might have to
we've got
invite
records
ourselves
and
over to the
CDs. I mean,
station.
come over, feel free. But it's a super cool place to go in and be like, you know what, I'm gonna look for this record today
history.
and go and pull it out, and it's just a cool little library spot
Yeah.
that you, I think, being in the student center where we're located, you would never think that there's this record library upstairs.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I guess to end, do you have any plugs that you
Yeah.
want to do?
Any
plugs for the
upcoming- you
station for
mentioned,
yourself?
you mentioned that show that was. This
Oh,
is the
yeah.
first time this has happened since COVID.
Oh, so we're probably going to be doing this Overnight Sensation show. Name change may happen.
Okay.
It used to be Overnight Sensations, but it's where we used to have all the local and upcoming bands either in to interview. We'd either have them play at the station, or we just focus on their tracks, talk about them a little bit. So that's probably going to be coming back. I mean, it will be coming back.
Wow.
And then a new music show where we go over our ads of the week, whatever we're adding to the database.
Uh-huh.
It'll be fun.
Awesome. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll
Tune
keep
in.
doing this, yeah.
Thank you.
WRSU 88.7 FM.
Guys. Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
Conversations with Creatives is hosted by Andrew Alexander and Sam Finkel and produced by Marissa Aloya and Andrew Alexander. Conversations with Creatives is a production of Scarlet Media, a hands-on working and learning program for Rutgers undergraduates interested in digital media, filmmaking, and much more. Scarlet Media is part of the Division of Continuing Studies at Rutgers University and is associated with the Rutgers ITV Studio. Learn more about us at tvstudio.rutgers.edu.